Although the storm this week has been a pretty big one, we're still dusting off the history archives of storms in the Toledo's past. Our Jenson looks into how this week's storm ranks with past storms in today's Toledo history.
Good morning, I'm Jenson. Now, we got a lot of snow this week, right? But how did this storm stack up against some of the biggest snowstorms of our past? I'm going to walk you through some of the largest snow totals from Toledo history.
Let's start at the top. According to our WTOL 11 weather team, our biggest snowfall on record came in 1900 from a storm that gripped our area from February 28th through March 1st. We got a whopping 20.2 inches by the end of that storm. It was unlike anything seen there before. An article in the Elmore Tribune said that even the old settlers were taken aback. The biggest inconvenience at the time seemed to be a massive delay in trains. In fact, after one train spent hours trying to leave Toledo, crews had to attach 4 engines to it and detach all but 3 of its coaches just to get it going.
Now, the number 2 spot is actually taken up by a total from the same storm. So we're just going to jump ahead to number 3, which came in 12 years later.
From February 21st through February 22nd of 1912, our area got hit with 15 inches of snow, and the Ottawa County Exponent detailed some pretty awful conditions. Residents went to bed the night before with temperatures well above freezing, but woke up to massive snowbanks blocking roadways. High banks of snow across the road had to be cut down with shovels to allow a funeral procession to pass, and keeping the walkways passable was practically useless. So instead of plowing the walkways, the street commissioner plowed a thin track right down the middle of the street to allow people to go to and from town.
And we don't have to go far back for the next one. Almost a year ago, we hit the 4th highest snow total on February 15th, 2021, with 14.5 inches of snow in the Toledo area.
That night, the area saw near blizzard conditions with visibility below 1/4 of a mile near McLaren St. Luke's Hospital. By morning, wind had piled snowdrifts up to 4 feet in rural areas, and by the time things calmed a bit, AAA's roadside rescue team had received more than 245 calls for help from stranded Northwest Ohio drivers. Last year's storm actually produced a lot more snow than the blizzard of '78, but the winds were nowhere near what was experienced then.
So what about this storm?
Well, accounting for the duplicate amounts on the top 10 list, our WTOL 11 weather team put this week's storm at 6th on the list with a total of 12.7 inches of accumulation at the Toledo Express Airport.
But that is all I have for you today. I'm Jensen, and that's a look at some of the biggest snowstorms throughout Toledo history.